Scrotum. Anatomy. It is a cutaneous bag containing the right and left testis, epididymis and lower part of spermatic cord. B layers, from without inwards, 1. Skin 2. Dartos muscle 3. External spermatic fascia, 4. Cremasteric fascia 5. Internal spermatic fascia. Blood supply from external pudendal, deep external pudendal and internal pudendal arteries. Nerve supply. Anterior 1/3 road portion by ilioinguinal nerve and genital branch of genitofemoral nerve. Posterior 2/3 road portion by posterior scrotal branch of pudendal nerve and perineal branch of posterior cutaneous nerve of thigh. Dartos is supplied by sympathetic nerve. Fournier's gangrene. It is also called as idiopathic gangrene of the scrotum. It is a vascular gangrene of infective origin, caused by hemolytic streptococci, microaerophilic streptococci, staphylococci, E. coli, Cl. welchii, Bacteroides fragilis. There will be fulminant inflammation of the scrotal skin and subcutaneous tissues resulting in obliterative arteritis of the arterioles of the scrotal skin leading into cutaneous gangrene. It is common in diabetics, old age, malnourished, immunosuppressed individuals. Features. Condition is common in old age. Sudden pain in the scrotum, fever, severe toxicity. Very fast spreading cellulitis of scrotal skin, extending to the groin and often to anterior abdominal wall. Extensive skin sloughing occurs leaving normal testes exposed. Sometimes toxicity is so severe that they may go for renal failure and other complications. Sometimes the condition may worsen rapidly leading to death, 25% mortality. Treatment 3/4. Treated as an inpatient always. IV fluids and catheterization, for maintenance of urine output. Antibiotics, blood transfusion, nutritional support, TPN, enteral. Liberal excision of all slough. Once patient recovers and wound granulates well, skin grafting is done. Orchidectomy is not necessary as testis is normal and viable. Testis can be placed in the pouch in medial aspect of the thigh. Hydrocele. It is the collection of fluid between the two layers of tunica vaginalis of testis. B types, 1. Congenital, 2. Acquired. A. Primary, B. Secondary. Etiology. Defective absorption of fluid by the tunica vaginalis, probably due to damage to the endothelial wall by low-grade infection. Excessive production of fluid is in secondary hydrocele. Interference with drainage of fluid by lymphatic vessels of the cord. Communication with the peritoneal cavity. Hydrocele fluid is amber colored with specific gravity of 1.022 to 1.024. It contains water, salts, albumin, fibrinogen. Per se, hydrocele fluid does not clot, but if it comes in contact with the blood, fibrinogen gets activated and clots firmly. Often fluid contains cholesterol and tyrosine crystals. Cysts which contain cholesterol crystals. Vaginal hydrocele, branchial cysts, dentigerous cyst. Primary vaginal hydrocele occurs in middle-aged, common in tropical countries. Testis is not palpable as it usually attains a large size, unlike secondary hydroceles which are small, except in filarial hydrocele. Fluctuant, elicited by fixing the hydrocele with hand and feeling for the fluid movement using fingers placed in two perpendicular directions. Fig. 26.1. Initially transilluminant, elicited in front of the swelling, side to side, but long-standing hydrocele is non-transilluminant, due to thickened dartos, thickened spermatic fascia, thickened hydrocele sac, infected content, chylous fluid, often filarial hydrocele, hematicele. Can get above the swelling. You can feel only cord structures and nothing else at the root of the scrotum, unlike in hernia. Testicular sensation can be elicited in vaginal hydrocele by transmitting the pressure sensation through the fluid. Note: a relaxed muscle can demonstrate fluctuation in one direction even though there is no fluid in it. Swellings which are brilliantly transilluminant. XX vaginal hydrocele, XX epididymal cyst, XX cystic hygroma, XX ranula, XX meningocele. Infantile hydrocele. Here tunica and processus vaginalis, hydrocele, are distended up to internal ring, but sac has no connection with the general peritoneal cavity. Congenital hydrocele. Processus vaginalis communicates with the peritoneal cavity. As this communicating orifice is too small, bowel does not descend and so hernia usually will not develop. While lying down, fluid disappears gradually and while standing fluid recollects. Hydrocele cannot be emptied by digital pressure as it causes inverted ink bottle effect. Ascites, tuberculous peritonitis are the etiologies for the same. Encysted hydrocele of the cord. It is the fluid collection in a portion of patent funicular process part of the tunica vaginalis, but closed above and below, located in inguinal, inguinoscrotal, scrotal part which is fluctuant and transilluminant. On gentle traction to the testis, the swelling becomes less mobile. Traction test. Fig. 26. Differential diagnosis: epididymal cyst, inguinal hernia, lipoma of cord, varicocele. Treatment is excision under local anesthesia. Hydrocele and bisac, bilicular hydrocele. Hydrocele has got two intercommunicating sacs, one above and one below the neck of the scrotum. Upper one lies superficial or in the inguinal canal or may insinuate itself between the muscle layers, cross-fluctuant. Other conditions where cross-fluctuation is elicited: XX plunging ranula, XX compound palmar ganglion, XX source abscess. Hydrocele of the canal of Nuck. It occurs in females, in relation to the round ligament, always in the inguinal canal. Hydrocele of the hernial sac. It is due to adhesions of the content of hernial sac. Fluid secreted collects in the hernial sac and forms hydrocele of the hernial sac. Secondary vaginal hydrocele causes. It is usually small, lax and testis is usually palpable, unlike primary hydrocele. Exception is secondary hydrocele due to filariasis. It can be very large. Infection: filariasis tuberculosis of epididymis. 30% cases have secondary hydrocele syphilis injury. Trauma: posteriorify hydrocele tumor, malignancy. Secondary hydrocele rarely attains large size posteriorify hydrocele. It is a secondary hydrocele occurring after the surgery for inguinal hernia. It is due to the damage to lymphatic vessels of the tunica vaginalis and is 0.2% common. It is treated like any hydrocele but usually after about 6 months. Filarial hydrocele in callosele. Occurs commonly in coastal region and in and around the equator. Usually occurs after repeated attacks of filarial epididymitis. Hydrocele is usually of large size and the sac is thickened. Fluid contains fat, rich in cholesterol, and is derived from ruptured lymph varix into the tunica. It is often difficult to differentiate from primary hydrocele. Complications of hydrocele: XX infection, XX piacere, XX hematicele. XX atrophy of testis, XX infertility, XX hernia of hydrocele sac, rare. Differential diagnosis: XX inguinal hernia, XX epididymal cyst, XX spermatocyst. Testicular tumor, XX scrotal edema. Treatment for hydrocele: B. Surgeries for hydrocele, XX subtotal excision of the sac, XX Jaboulet's operation, partial excision and aversion. XX Lord's plication, XX Sharma and Joyce technique. XX evacuation and aversion. Procedure: under GA or spinal or LA, after cleaning and draping, vertical incision of about 6-8 cm in length is made over the scrotum, anteriorly 1 cm lateral to the median raphe. Fig. 26.1. Skin, dartos, external spermatic fascia, internal spermatic fascia are incised. Bluish hydrocele sac is identified, i.e. parietal layer of the tunica vaginalis of testis. Fluid is evacuated using trocar and cannula. Sac is opened. If the sac is small, thin and contains clear fluid, either Lord's plication, i.e. tunica is bunched into a rough by placing series of multiple interrupted chromic catgut sutures so as to make the sac to form fibrous tissue, it is relatively avascular and so hematoma will not occur. Or evacuation and aversion of the sac behind the testis. After aversion, everted sac is sutured with chromic catgut by continuous sutures, is done. If the sac is thick, in large hydrocele and callosale, subtotal excision of the sac is done, as tunica vaginalis is reflected onto the cord structures and epididymis posteriorly. Total excision leads to orchidectomy with division of cord. Often the sac is excised partially and then aversion is done, which is called as Jaboulet's operation. Fig. 26.1. After evacuation, the sac with the testis is placed in a newly created pocket between the fascial layers of the scrotum, Sharma and Joyce technique. Aspiration must be avoided as much as possible as it is only a temporary measure, recurrence occurs very early, and chances of hematicele infection are higher. A drain is placed near the root of the scrotum on the lateral aspect because it becomes the most dependent portion when scrotal support is given. Scrotal support is given to reduce the scrotal edema. Wound is closed in layers. Drain is removed in 48 hours. Complications of surgery: CD. XX reactionary hemorrhage, XX infection, XX piacere, XX sinus formation, XX recurrent hydrocele. Conditions which cause loss of testicular sensation: I. Testicular tumor, E. Lepra orchitis, E. Syphilitic orchitis IV, chronic hematicele. Conditions where orchidectomy is done in A. Figs. 26.17. Piacere with testicular destruction, XX clotted hematicele with testicular destruction. Hematicele types. A. Recent hematicele. B. It is due to rupture of one of the vessels in the tunica causing bleeding into the sac. Often it may occur following aspiration of a hydrocele. It may be precipitated by trauma also. Clinical features: sudden onset of pain and swelling after an history of trauma. It is tender, warm, fluctuant, but non-transilluminant. Occasionally aggressive testicular tumor mimics the presentation of acute, recent hematicele. 3/4. C. Figs. 26. Ultrasound of the scrotum is done in such suspected cases to rule out neoplasm and also to find out the viability of testis. B. Complications. XX chronic, old clotted, hematicele XX infection, PISLA. Treatment. The scrotum is explored under general anesthesia. The clot is evacuated and the wound is closed with a drain. B. Chronic or old clotted hematicele. It is usually due to slow, spontaneous hemorrhage into the tunica vaginalis, without any proper history of trauma. It is painless, hard, non-tender, non-fluctuant, often calcified swelling, with loss of testicular sensation. Because of the constant pressure, testicular function and so testicular sensation is lost. It mimics testicular tumor in many aspects. Ultrasound of the scrotum is done. Treatment is orchidectomy, as testis is functionless, low orchidectomy through scrotal approach. PYOCELE. It is collection of pus in the layers of tunica vaginalis. It can occur in a previously normal tunica or in a pre-existing hematicele or hydrocele, which gets infected. Features: fever, toxicity, tender swelling in the scrotum, with scrotal wall edema. Often in young individuals, it may be difficult to differentiate this from the torsion testis. Pus under tension eventually causes infective thrombosis of testicular vessels, leading to non-viability of the underlying testis or testicular gangrene. Treatment 3/4. Antibiotics are started. 3/4. Scrotum is explored immediately and pus is evacuated. Viability of the testis is checked. If viable, pus is evacuated and sent for CS, wound is closed with a drain. If the testis is not viable, then orchidectomy is done after taking consent. When in doubt, always testis is left in place and observed. Often, testis will show signs of viability. If not, then orchidectomy is done at a later stage. Cyst of epididymis. It is due to the cystic degeneration of XX paradidymis, organ of Gerald's, is the most common cause. XX appendix of the epididymis, appendix of the testis. XX the vas aberrans of Haller. AB, Figs, 26.179a. Even though it is of congenital origin, it occurs in middle age. It is tensely cystic, contains clear fluid, often bilateral. They are aggregation of number of small cysts and so multiloculated. They feel like bunch of tiny grapes situated behind the body of the testis. It is situated behind the body of testis. Because of numerous septae, they are finely tessellated and so are brilliantly transilluminant, appear like Chinese lantern pattern. Differential diagnosis: 3/4. Spermatocele, 3/4 encysted hydrocele of the cord. Treatment: 3/4. Avoid excision as much as possible as it results in infertility due to blockage. 3/4. In old age, excision can be done. Spermatocele. It is an anelocular, acquired retention cyst derived from blockage of some portion of the sperm conducting mechanism of the epididymis. It is situated in the head of the epididymis, above and behind the body of the testis. Swelling contains barley water-like fluid, which contains spermatozoa. It is soft, cystic and transilluminant. It is often considered by the patient as having an additional testis. Aspiration cytology confirms the diagnosis. Differential diagnosis: 3/4. Epididymal cyst, 3/4 hydrocele. Treatment: it can be left alone. If it is large, excision is done. Epididymal cyst congenital, behind the body of the testis multilocular. Bunch of grapes appearance clear fluid is content brilliantly transilluminant excision should be avoided in young. Spermatocellae. Acquired retention cyst behind and above the testis involucre. Looks like third testis barley water fluid contains sperms. Transilluminant can be excised. Varicocele 1063. It is dilatation and tortuosity of the pumpiniform plexus of veins and so also the testicular veins. Normally, there will be numerous plexus of veins, pumpiniform, in the scrotum, which all join together to form about 4 to 8 veins in the inguinal canal. Above, in the abdominal cavity, in the posterior abdominal wall all join to form a single testicular vein. On left side, it drains the left renal vein, on the right side it drains the inferior vena cava. Varicocele is common in tall, thin young men. More common on the left side, but often can be bilateral. Commonly, it is idiopathic in origin, may be due to absence or incompetent valve at the junction of left testicular vein and left renal vein causing inefficient drainage of blood. Other reason is, due to perpendicular, right angle, entry of the left testicular vein into the left renal vein. In left-sided renal cell carcinoma, tumor proliferates into the left renal vein and blocks the entry of left testicular vein causing varicocele on left side which is irreducible. Varicocele causes increased temperature in the scrotum which depresses the spermatogenesis and so causes infertility, correctable infertility. Note: subfertility, infertility are observed even in unilateral varicocele. It is a debate whether it really causes subfertility. Possible causes are altered heat exchange mechanism of the scrotum due to varicocele right pointing arrow hypothermia right pointing arrow inhibition of spermatogenesis. Increased blood flow right pointing arrow increased temperature in the testes right pointing arrow increases the metabolic activity using glycogen storage right pointing arrow depletion of glycogen right pointing arrow injury of parenchyma of testes right pointing arrow oligospermia. Hypoxia of testes same cause leads into Leydig cell dysfunction, decreasing testosterone levels. Final effect is maturation arrest right pointing arrow poor spermatogenesis. Types of varicocele 3/4 Primary, idiopathic, 95%, no causes found. There is incompetence of valves of the testicular vein. It is common on left side because left testicular vein joins left renal vein perpendicularly and left side vein is longer and liable to get compressed by loaded sigmoid colon. Left renal vein is often compressed between aorta and SMA. Secondary, due to specific cause like left-sided renal cell carcinoma with a tumor thrombus in left renal vein causing obstruction to venous flow of left testicular vein. B. Clinical features. XX swelling in the root of the scrotum, XX dragging pain in the groin and scrotum, XX, bag of worms, feeling XX impulse on coughing, XX on lying down, it gets reduced, except in renal cell carcinoma. Bow sign. After holding the varicocele between thumb and fingers, patient is asked to bow. Varicocele gets reduced in size. Bowing reduces the blood flow of testicular vein and pumpiniform plexus causing reduction in size. Grading of varicocele: I. Small, 2. Moderate, 3. Large, IV. Severely tortuous. A. Differential diagnosis: hydrocele, inguinal hernia, lymphorix, lipoma of the cord. Investigations 3/4 Venous Doppler of the scrotum and groin. 3/4 ultrasound abdomen to look for kidney tumor. Semen analysis. 3/4 Treatment 3/4 Palomo's operation. Suprainguinal extraperitoneal ligation of the testicular vein. Inguinal approach, Ivanisevic approach, easier and safer. Subinguinal approach, Mark Goldstein. It is subinguinal approach at superficial inguinal ring outside the external oblique aponeurosis without opening the external oblique aponeurosis. Here cord is easily identified through a small incision. Scrotal approach. In case of grade 4, veins have to be excised through this approach. Laparoscopic approach. Presently, accepted, controversial. Indications for surgery: XX pain, XX oligospermia. Usually in 6 to 12 weeks oligospermia improves very well and also the conception rate. B. Complications of varicocele surgery: XX hemorrhage and scrotal hematoma, XX infection, Piacellae, XX injury to testicular artery, XX injury to ilioinguinal nerve and pain, XX recurrence, 5 to 10%.